Hello, today I wanted to take a look at Conference USA in part 2 of a 10-part series previewing the upcoming college football season. I'll be starting off with a list of upsets that were ran by a simulation that I don't exactly agree with. Alright, so getting into week 1. Jacksonville State beat Florida International. I don't believe that'll happen. UNLV over Louisiana Tech. I don't see that happening. FAU beating Minnesota. I don't think that'll happen. New Mexico State beating UAB, not going to happen in the most unlikely. UTSA beating LSU, the defending national champs, new quarterback or not, that is not going to happen. Week 2, Indiana State beating Middle Tennessee, I don't see that happening. Marshall beating Pittsburgh, I don't see that happening. North Texas will definitely not beat Texas A&M, and FIU will definitely not beat UCF, and Stony Brook will not beat FAU. Week 3, it starts to dwindle down. I don't see Charlotte beating Duke. I do believe Middle Tennessee State beats Duke, but not Charlotte. And Prairie View A&M is not going to beat Louisiana Tech. Week 4, Charlotte's not going to beat Georgia State. South Alabama's not going to beat UAB. Lamar won't beat Rice, and FIU won't beat Liberty. Week 12, UConn's not going to beat Middle Tennessee State, and I don't believe Vandy will beat Louisiana Tech either. Now, with that wrapped up, I'd like to get into the predictions and the simulated predictions for the 2020 college football season in Conference USA. Alright, now as I stated with my American Athletic Conference video, I did not mess with the conferences, the conference games, or the conference results. So, starting with the bottom of the barrel, Florida Atlantic is going to finish, according to the simulation, 5-7 and 3-5 at the bottom of the East. I believe they will do the exact same in my prediction. If Marshall will lose a win. The simulation has them going 5-7, but I have them going 4-8. Florida International 6-6, but I have them going 5-7. Marshall, Florida International, and Florida Atlantic are all 3-5 in Conference USA. Now Middle Tennessee State 5-7 in the sim, and 4-4 in the conference. I have them going 7-5. Western Kentucky 7-5 and 4-4 in the conference. I have them going 6-6. Charlotte 8-4. The simulation really likes Charlotte, 5-3 in Conference USA, and I have them going 6-6. Old Dominion, they really liked 7-5 overall and 6-2 in the conference. I have them going 7-5 as well. Now, because I didn't mess with conference games, it's gonna look a little weird on the standings. But I don't believe Old Dominion or Charlotte will finish anywhere near the top of the East. I believe it will be a race between Florida Atlantic, Marshall, and Middle Tennessee State. Now let's start with the West. They have Rice going 6-6 and 6-2 in the conference. I have Rice going 7-5. They have UTEP going 7-5 and 5-3 in the conference. I have the same. Southern Miss 7-5, 4-4. I have the exact same. North Texas going 6-6 and 4-4. I have North Texas going 5-7. UAB 5-7, 4-4. I have UAB going 7-5. I like their chances to win the West. Louisiana Tech 4-8 and 4-4. I have them going 7-5. I believe it'll be a two-team race between those two schools. University of Texas San Antonio going 3-9 and 1-7. I have them going 2-10. For my win changes, I'd like to get into. Starting with the first one, games I reversed. FIU beating UCF. I do not believe that will happen. I think UCF will dominate them. Then, secondly, they had FAU beating Minnesota. That is not going to happen. They had New Mexico State beating UAB. That will not happen. UTSA beating LSU. That's where they lose their win, is they have them beating the defending national champs, and this is where Louisiana Tech gains one of their wins in a reverse because it had UNLV beating them. It had Marshall beating Pitt. That's where Marshall loses their win. It had North Texas beating Texas A&M. That's where North Texas loses their win. It had Charlotte beating Duke. That's where Charlotte loses one of their wins. They lost their second win in late in the season when they beat Georgia State. I don't believe that'll happen as well. As always, thank you for watching today's video. As I said, this is only part 2 of a 10-part series. Next, I will be doing the MAC. Then followed by the MAC, we'll have the Mountain West, Independence, and Sunbelt, and then we will start on the Power 5. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day.